you might be tired of restarting the server. So I'm going to teach you a trick to not having to do that anymore. With a node package called Nodemon. So I'm going to kill my server here. Going to say npm space install space Nodemon. But the thing I'm going to do before the package name, I'm going to say dash dash save dash dev. Enter. And we're going to verify in package.json. Now it's not under dependencies. Now it's under dev dependencies. And I see Nodemon and the version that was installed. And can also verify node modules. There's a folder for Nodemon here. You can see that. Now, Nodemon is a package. What it does is a little program that when you run, it runs your node code, and then it will restart whenever you change the code. And that restart is automatic. So why use that? Because you can find it tedious, right? Every time I change my code, I got to Control-C to kill the server and then run it again. And I can forget, I don't want to do that anymore. So let the program do it for me. So Nodemon does that job for us, okay? Now, instead of saying node here, I'm going to say npx space nodemon and then server.js. And if you notice, I didn't say npm install without save dev. And that's because I like to differentiate between libraries that are needed for production and for development. Nodemon is just a tool we use to develop, but in the actual program, when it runs in production to everybody, right? It's not going to be necessary because I only run the program once. So I'm going to use the node command for that. Nodemon is not supposed to be used in production. That's why I strictly want to separate into a different category of dependency to be a development or dev dependency here. So if you add dash dash save dev, all it does is instead of placing Nodemon here under dependencies in the package.json, it will place it under a separate category. Okay? You don't have to do that, but I like to do that just to separate my kind of packages. One is just meant for development, while the others is going to be needed for production. Yeah, you don't want to run Nodemon in production. Imagine if the code changed and suddenly the server restarted, keeps restarting. We don't want to do that. You just want to run it once with the node command. Okay, I'm going to do that. Now, why did I use npx? You might be asking. Okay, so npx is a way for me to not have to type /node modules /nodemon /whatever or whatever the command for nodemon is. I don't want to be typing the relative path. It's probably under bin or something. Let's look. Node modules .bin. You see here the .bin? There's a nodemon command here. So if I want to run it, I'm using Windows, by the way, so it'd be /. But if you're using Mac or Linux, it's / here. So mine would be backward. So if I want to run that nodemon command under node modules /bin, I have to type it in full here, server.js. Okay, that's a bit too much. I don't want to write the whole path. So that's why I use npx, okay? So instead of writing this whole thing here, I just write npx nodemon server.js. So npx will do the job of finding nodemon in this bin directory that's in the node modules here. That's why I use npx. Okay, so now watch what I do. Go to server.js. I'm going to go here and remove this comment and save it. Did you watch the terminal? I didn't kill the server at all. And it said restarting due to changes. Starting node server again. So here's my server listening message. Okay, so that's very helpful. So we don't have to always kill the server and restart every time we make a change.